Alright, all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, for allowing me to make this very video. Yahweh being the true name of the Most High, Bahashem meaning the name of, and Yahweh Shai being the true name of the only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Alright, which they believe is so-called white man. But is indeed a so-called black man. You know, the dark-skinned man with the white and woolly hair coming back to violently remove the so-called white man, Esau Edom, out of power, man, which currently is ruling this world in tyranny and wickedness, man, and in wicked oppression, as you read 2 Ezra 11, right? That vicious ego, right? But basically, all right, I just did a video going into how basically Isaiah 2, all right, he had a dumbass basically trying to use Isaiah 2 to say that the nations can receive salvation. All right, I basically went into Isaiah 2 showing and proving that we're already in the kingdom. Israel already received salvation at that point in time. And, right, you know, basically, we're already in the kingdom at that point in time, man, in Isaiah 2. We're already in the kingdom. And, you know, I completely forgot to read this, Revelation 12 and 7, right, which this scripture proves salvation and the kingdom comes after Israel's enemy, which is other nations, primarily Esau, Edom, is cast out. Because the main, you know, I guess you could say the main actors in this movie, in the Lord's movie, okay, when it comes to end-time prophecy, all right, is Jacob and Esau. All right, how do we know this? Genesis 25, and you pair that up with 2 Ezra 6. Esau represents the end of this age, and Jacob represents the new age that comes after. Not Jacob and those that joined the Jacob, doesn't say that. But let me read this, Revelation 12 and 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, the Roman Empire, which today is America, the revived Roman Empire. And the dragon fought and his angels, his military soldiers, right? And prevailed not. Neither was their place for, or military tanks, and prevailed not, neither was their place found anymore in heaven, right? In rulership, in heaven, in rulership. And the great dragon, Roman Empire, which today is the revived America, right? The revived Roman Empire. That old serpent, right? Esau, Edom, right? Because the Edomites, essentially, they're the Romans, right? The Edomites, Esau, the end of the world, they're ruling right now. All right, okay, they're facing on the money. They're the ones up on high, the so-called white man. All right, so Esau himself, all right, through understanding reincarnation, was that old serpent, was that man, which had the term serpent placed on him, right? Called the devil and Satan, right? He bears that title. He's called that, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, right? Brought down to a low state, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation. See, after the dragon is taken down, the same dragon that's been devouring Israel for 2,000 years, man. Right? Yahweh Shai said the kingdom of heaven suffereth from violence, right? Who's the kingdom of heaven? The Israelites. The kingdom was within the Israelites. Luke 17:20. Suffered violence because we were being persecuted under the Romans, man. Okay? And have been fucking 2,000 years. All right? So after the dragon, our enemy, all right? And not just him, the other nations too. Okay? After they're cast out onto the earth, after they're cast out, destroyed, now has come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God. So when you read Isaiah 2, and it said that the kingdom shall be established, we're already in the kingdom, man. At that point, Isaiah 2, I completely forgot to bring this out. But this scripture proves that Isaiah 2 and Micah 4, we are already in the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom comes after the nations are stomped out. And the power of his Mashiach. For the accuser of our brethren, Esau, Edom, is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. See that? Let's get Zephaniah 3 and 14. Sing, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O Israel. Be glad and rejoice with all the heart, O daughter of Jerusalem. Why? The Lord hath taken away your judgments. Right, he's taken away our judgments. We're not going to have to serve judgment no more. He hath cast out your enemy. The dragon was cast out into the earth, man. The king of Israel, even the Lord, is in the midst of you. Thou shalt not see evil anymore. We're never going to serve the punishments or the curses ever again. Okay? So, again, he's going to cast out the enemy, man. Trample our enemy, man. It starts with the so-called white man, right? The Edomites, which are the Romans. Can't tell me they're not the same damn people, man. I saw a video, not a video, a picture of Mark Zuckerberg. All right, his image was put up to next to an image of, I think it was maybe Tiberius Caesar. These are the same individuals, the same people, man. The Romans, the Edomites. Okay? So, I mean, again, man. So, again, this proves Isaiah 2, Micah 4, right? When it talks about basically the kingdom of heaven, nigga, we're already in the kingdom at that point in time, man. In Isaiah 2, Micah 4. So, how the fuck does the other nation receive salvation, you fucking idiot? How? When the nation gets stomped out. We already received salvation at that point in time. And we're already in the kingdom. The kingdom comes after the nation gets stomped out. That's when salvation comes. That's when the kingdom comes. After our enemies, the other nations are stomped down. See? So I just wanted to throw that out there, man. So this proves that salvation and the kingdom comes after Israel's enemies is cast out, man. Starting with the so-called white man, all right? The dragon, the Edomites, and then the rest of the nations too. All right? Micah 4 says many nations are gathering at Zion, man. The Israelites. You know? So there we have it, man. And, you know, when you read Isaiah 41, Isaiah 54, all they that gather against us shall fall, man, for our sakes. So these nations, they're going to fall, man. All right? So there we have it, man. So this scripture in Revelation 12, all right, it proves that salvation and the kingdom, it only comes after Israel's enemies, starting with the white man and the other nations. Excuse me, starting with the white man, the Edomites, and then following the other nations, are cast out of power, pulled down and stomped out. That's when salvation and the kingdom comes after that. So when you read Isaiah 2 and Micah 4, which is talking about the kingdom of heaven, nigga, the nations were already stomped out. So what are you talking about? Isaiah 2 means that other nations can receive salvation. Now has come salvation when he stomps out the enemy, man. Salvation to who? Israel. Right? Let's get Isaiah 62, which I brought this out in my other video as well. The Lord said he would, for Israel's sake, the salvation shall burn as a lamp. For Zion's sake will I not hold my peace, I won't be quiet. And for Jerusalem's sake I will not rest, until the righteousness thereof go forth as a brightness, and the salvation. Now has come salvation, right? So who? Israel. Thereof as a lamp that burneth. So again, for Zion's sake, okay? For Zion's sake, salvation will burn as a lamp. Isaiah 45:17. But Israel shall be saved from what? The enemy, right? He hath now cast out thine enemy. The other nations, starting with the Edomites. It always starts with the Edomites. It starts with them. They're the head. The other nations are the tail, man. The Arabs, the Africans, you name them. But it always starts with the Edomites, right? And even proof of that, Psalms 83. So Israel shall be saved from what? The other nations. In the Lord with an everlasting salvation. The same salvation that the Lord said, for Zion's sake I will not rest until it burns like a lamp, right? You shall not be ashamed or confounded, world without end. Okay, so Israel shall be saved from the other nation. That's why when you go to Ezekiel 34, right? Let's go to Ezekiel. All right. 28. It's after the Lord regathers his people, right? And they, as in the Israelites, shall no more be a prey to the heathen. So that's what we're being saved from. Our enemies, our predecessors, the heathen, the other nations. Neither shall the beast of the land devour them. The other nations devour us. They're just called beasts because they're naturally beasts. Ecclesiastes 3:18. The sons of men, which are the other nations, are naturally beasts because they don't have instruction. They don't have truth. Knowledge, wisdom, truth, and understanding comes from the Lord, which he does not give that to any people or any other nation, man. Only Israel. So the other nations are equated to beasts with no wisdom and instruction. Okay? But they shall dwell safely. See that? And none shall make them afraid. So, I mean, I don't get it, man. We're not going to be a prey to the heathen no more, man. And the heathen are not going to devour us because they're the ones that devour us, man. Jeremiah 10:25. So, again, Revelation 12 proves that salvation and the kingdom only comes after our enemies, starting with the white man and then following the other nations, are stomped out and subjected. That's when salvation and the kingdom comes. So when you read in Isaiah 2, this asshole was talking about that proves the nations can receive salvation. Well, what are you talking about? We're already in the kingdom. Israel already received salvation, right? The kingdom of the Lord's house was already established. You got to do it. I went into it already, man. I'm not going to go into it again. When you read Isaiah 2, it said the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the last days. We're in the last days right now. Had the mountain, which is a government, right, a kingdom, has it been established yet? No. So we're already in the kingdom, you know? Jacob's kingdom, right? Esau, the end of the world. Jacob comes after. So, I mean, a lot of niggas, they err not knowing the scriptures, man. Look at that, right? Matthew 22. And through their error, they're going to be fucking destroyed, man. Matthew 22 and 29. Ye do err. This is Yahweh Shai, right? Answer the said unto them. Ye do err. And I believe he's talking to the wicked-ass Sadducees, man. Trying to snare him in his speech. The Sadducees, they didn't believe in the resurrection. So they're trying to ask him slick questions about the resurrection. All right? I'm pretty sure it is the Sadducees that he's talking to. You do err. You go off, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of God. Okay? So, I mean, hey, these men, they err not knowing the scriptures, man. You know? And through that error, I mean, they're going to fucking essentially be destroyed because they're false teachers, man. Because now Revelation 19 says the false prophet was cast in the lake of fire. Now we know in its entirety it's talking about the Roman Catholic Church. But nigga, we know also according to the scriptures that if you listen to a false prophet, nigga, you will receive a false prophet's reward, man. That's in the Bible. Okay? And it's like, if you're preaching the same exact thing that the Roman Catholic Church is the false prophet in Revelation 19, the Roman Catholic Church. If you're preaching the same thing, nigga, what the fuck do you think gonna happen to you? Right? What you think gonna happen to you, man? You preaching the same shit. Other nations can be saved. That's what they teach. You ain't no different from them, man. So you're gonna receive their reward, man. Straight up and down, move the judgment stick all around. You know? But yeah, I just wanted to, you know, bring that out. Revelation 12, verse 7 to 10 proves salvation comes after and the kingdom. Because when you read Isaiah 2, Michael 4, we're already in the kingdom, which means the nations were already stomped out and subjected. They're already in chains and in slavery. Now has come salvation and the kingdom after our enemy is cast out, starting with the dragon, right? The Edomites, the so-called white man, and then the rest of the nations after they're stomped out, removed out of power, cast out of power. Then salvation and the kingdom comes. So when you read Isaiah 2, Michael 4, we're already in the kingdom, dummy. So anybody reading Isaiah 2 talking about the nations can receive salvation, they err not knowing the scriptures, man. All right? So again, all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Lord willing, you edified. Lord willing, you see me the next one. With that, I'm going to say a strong shalom and shalom.